Welcome to viewers. Welcome to week 39 of Adventure for Beginners.
Is it 39?
I'm pretty sure it's 39.
Yeah, it's 39.
I
The
forgot.
title lies.
Your
was the
title's a
title?
liar.
It says
It
38.
says
You lied.
38.
What?
Even though
the
your overlay
Twitch
said 39.
title.
Damn it,
Okay.
Kevin.
I see what I
Fail.
yeah.
We're done.
On all
We're outta
rules
here.
for
See you
tonight.
guys later.
How dare you?
So I will fix that. I forgot to upload week 38 last week before I left, so I'm sorry. I will upload 38 tonight and 39 tomorrow, hopefully. Other than that, I am Kevin, and your host person, I guess, for Beginners.
I'm
And
Gregor.
with
You're
the
my
rest
boys.
with the rest of the cast, Travis, Jimmy, Allison, and Josh. And I got back from vacation today for vacation, and I'm kind of tired, and my voice is a little bit dead. So that's my update. It was good though. It was really fun. Did a lot. Went camping for a week and
Nice.
did a
Forgot about
Lord of the
that.
Rings marathon, and yeah, it was great.
Travis doesn't like Lord of the Rings because he's
Full
stupid.
extended,
I
like
don't-
13
I
or
don't
14 hours of...
But yeah, that's Oh,
Was it-
and what?
Was it in a row? Did you sit down and just watch it straight through?
We got through 2.5 movies straight through.
So I went...
We
I
actually
actually...
finished it because I had to go to sleep.
Yeah, the last time I did that was when Return of the King was coming out. We had midnight showing tickets, and we watched it straight through the day of, and then went to the movie theater and watched the third movie on screen.
That's like a cool refresher that I wish I would have done with like The Dark Knight, or I actually still haven't seen The Dark Knight Rises. It's like sitting in
You
my
haven't
DVD
seen it?
player.
I haven't seen
I
any of
own
them.
it. I have it.
Completely
I'm just
forgettable.
like- Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh,
it's not. I don't think it's completely forget. It's not as good as The Dark Knight.
that's the thing. Like,
Obviously not. Like
how could you make a sequel?
right, but
Like,
there were some shortcomings. But I would give it a watch. At
Yeah, I
least.
mean-
yeah, it's
good.
It's literally sitting in my DVD player. I
Cool.
just have not,
You
with
sh-
work, I have not had the time to fire it up.
You should go
Lame.
watch that right now.
Not
Okay,
right
well,
now.
see you guys later.
Bye.
I was actually gonna hang up the call, but I figured that would mess up the stream, so
Only slightly.
I did.
Okay.
But yeah, Kevin. So how was visiting family?
It was well.
What was the vacation?
It was good. It was very busy. Oh man, I did everything I think I possibly could do in a week back at home. So there was paintball, there was camping, there was fishing, there was lots of stuff.
Nice.
That sounds.
Did you get bruised a lot? I heard paintball.
Did I get what?
Bruised.
Bruised a lot.
Oh yeah, I have huge bruises over my body.
Oh yeah, you always get bruised.
This will be-
Like,
that's
Josh, have
actually
you
not true,
never gone
Travis.
paintballing?
I have. And the second
Really?
time I went paintballing, I didn't get hit once.
Really?
Man.
You're
Oh,
just
yeah,
Josh was actually hiding the
so
entire time.
Josh is actually a
being
rogue.
man
He
mode.
just tumbles.
I was being man mode too. I was weaving and dodging, just going.
I like how like Allison's like, oh, you hid the whole time, and Travis is giving him the benefit of the doubt, like, oh, you were really awesome then, huh?
No, but I did learn my mistake, and I didn't try to carry the bomb in the mission. Because that's just a giant fire
Ah.
magnet.
Yeah,
Mm.
I like providing covering fire.
Dude,
I'm the type where like halfway through a mission or whatever, I'm out of paintballs because
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh.
head.
my brother was holding the bomb, so I picked up his paintball, and I was like having to go and just go.
Did you do it sideways, like gangster?
No, just like that.
That's what I imagine Josh doing.
Yeah,
Doing
it lasted
gangster
4 or
side.
5 seconds before I got told by the guy, like, no, you don't actually have to use someone else's gun. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is my brother's gun. Hold it for me, Mr. Referee.
Oh, I was just picking it up because it fell. Tee
So apparently you're supposed to turn your gun in if you're choosing not to carry it to one of the
That's
guys.
lame.
I
Well,
know, it sucked. It's a giant killjoy.
I have not gone paintballing ever yet. One day I will.
Yeah,
One
you
day.
should go. It's fun.
It's good.
It's great.
I know. I want to do it. One day I will shoot
One
people.
day.
I went once when I was younger, and
No.
No, I had a good time,
Oh.
but I just didn't go. But I was the last one on my team still alive, and the other team was really good, and I'd never played before, so I was just like, I can't even see anybody, and I was like poking my head up and like shooting, and they nailed me right here, right in the face.
Ow.
And everyone went ooh
You had
because
a
I was
mask
like,
on, right?
yeah, I had a mask on,
Okay.
it was fine, but like I yelled, like I couldn't see. I
think
was
you
like, well,
You have to have a
they're
mask
like,
on.
ooh,
You
man.
can go blind.
so I must have just like imagined myself sort of like peeking over and shooting, and in reality, I must have been like,
Hey, shoot me in the face.
hey, shoot me in the face,
Hey.
I'm here.
Hey guys.
Yeah,
what's
one
up?
of, one of my uncles is just crazy with paintball. He actually has a glove with a mirror sewed on so that he can just like
That
stick
is
it.
so
He's like
awesome.
nuts. He's
Pretty-
so
that's
crazy.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
Alright,
Kevin,
tangents.
any other big stuff during vacay? Is that the first time you've gotten out of Washington? Like I know you had the international for a weekend, but obviously you stayed in the state.
I mean, I went home last Christmas. And
Okay.
I did the New Zealand trip earlier this year.
Ah, right. God, you travel a lot more than I do.
Well, you are in Wisconsin, so there's not really a lot of options, unfortunately.
Hey, you would want to travel everywhere else.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually,
I will end with this, and we can move on. But I'm actually really excited, but a little bit bummed because I can't actually go. But the opening game for the Seahawks is here against Green Bay,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
I was trying to get tickets, and they are insanely expensive.
Oh, good luck.
No
In
way.
Control is going, and he was like debating on stream. So if I sell these, I could probably get like 1,500.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Like,
So
Yeah, it's
I'm
nuts.
just gonna go to my uncle's house and wear my cheese head there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you will.
Travis is super excited.
So
But yeah, so Jimmy, what have you been up to?
I got back from vacation on actually Thursday night. Yeah, I worked a couple days and not much. I'm pretty tan. You can't really tell because of like computer screen reflection,
Yeah.
but I did get sun. It rained a good amount when I was there. So that's
Saturdays.
yeah. I want to
You
play.
drank a lot.
Just chilling.
Oh yes, especially on the rainy days because there's
Well,
nothing
yeah,
else
what
I'm
else
gonna
is there
do.
to do?
Yeah.
I play a lot of board games. God, what was I play? So I get really in a board game mood when I go to the beach and when I get back, and so I played some games there. And then, God, what is the game? It's a deck building game with the Marvel, all the Marvel groups. Some friends came over and we played a cool deck building card game that I hadn't. It's called like Legends.
This
I have
isn't
no idea.
This isn't superheroes or something where you got to try and make the best hero and then you have a debate who wins.
No, not at all. It's you get a mission and you have different decks of like Spider-Man or the Avengers or the X-Men and blah blah blah, and then you play them out and there's a winning and losing conditions and you're trying to build up your deck to be strong enough.
You said
to,
this is Marvel?
yeah, I forget what the name.
Legendary?
Legendary.
I just
Thank you.
googled it, so you know.
I'm trying to Google it and failing. Yes, Legendary. I recommend it. It was a lot of fun.
Allison's Google foo is stronger than yours.
Yeah,
I mean,
apparently, I literally just googled Marvel card game.
I did Marvel Legends and it was
Oh.
giving me all these figurines. So anyway, that's all I got, and I'm gonna keep it short because I don't know.
You want to get to it?
I want to get.
Yeah.
It has been too
Great.
long, but
Yeah, I agree. So, Josh, what have you been up to?
Playing a little bit of League, having
Mm.
nieces
Killer
and nephews been
Spiders.
coming over. What was that?
Dodging killer spiders and snakes. And dropping.
Yeah.
That's every week
That's
for him,
second
though.
nature. I
Yeah.
do that with my eyes closed.
Yeah, he goes outside and sees a spider eating a snake that's eating an alligator. Like,
And I just
Yeah.
throw my crocodile hunting knife at it and just walk off.
yep,
Like it's nothing.
crocodile. Sorry, not alligator.
Yeah.
His crocodile hunting knife, by the way, is like wait, where is it? Like
Like
4
that
feet
this
long.
big.
Yeah. So when he's
Big,
throwing
I
it,
just
yeah,
throw
I've
it
got
like
that guy.
this.
It's only a foot shorter than me.
Right.
He's like, Nice is currently over. They're going to the Echo, which is like the big giant show thing that happens once a year. It's pretty good. Besides that, yeah, not a lot. It's been actually happening.
We've been playing a lot of
Oh.
ARAMs. A
I've been
lot.
playing a lot of ARAM, still Guardians of the Galaxy, which I can't talk about.
Don't-
Yeah, no talking
Don't
about that.
talk about it.
Shush.
I won't talk about the movie.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Alright. Sweet.
We-
Well, Allison, what have you been up to?
I got my player's handbook for D&D 5e. I'm super, super excited about that. The book is beautiful. Like, it was $50, but it was worth it alone just for the art in it because the art is fucking awesome. And I'm super excited because my group is transitioning from playing like the playtest rules to like the actual rules. So it was interesting because we had like a big boss fight the other day against a Death Knight, which he had a Sword of 9 lives, which if he kills you, he takes your soul into his sword.
That's so
And 2 red wizards and like 3 wyverns. Thankfully, the wyverns got scared away and ran away.
Oh, yeah.
But the cleric spells have changed, and we decided like, hey, let's switch everything over to the new stuff. So I'm like getting ready to start battle, and I'm like, oh my god, half of my spells no longer exist or their names are changed. So I was like, oh my god, I need to read through these spells real quick and figure out what they are.
As
What?
long as they don't change like the staples, like I cast magic missile.
Well, I'm a cleric.
Polymorph.
No,
darkness.
no, but I got more cantrips, which is pretty
It's
sweet.
now called Magic
Um,
ICBM.
But I got a new cool spell that ended up being really super handy. Like, this Death Knight guy was like a badass, and he killed our barbarian, who we brought back. He killed Sir Isteval, which is one of the main NPCs, and he was also a cleric of Monitor, and I play a cleric of
Oh,
Monitor. And he killed also a cleric of Tempest. I can't remember, Darendar, some bullshit, whatever. And I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do against this guy? Like, how can I stop him? And I had a new spell called Banishment, and I was like, what's this? And I read through it, and I was like, thankfully I just randomly picked one and prepared this one, because I was able to banish him from our plane back to his home plane or whatever, or back to another plane for a minute. So we had 10 rounds to figure out what we were going to do in the time between him coming back and whatnot. So we were able to like basically just destroy his face when he came back. I revived Sir Isteval, healed him a bunch. I had my spells, Sir Isteval had his attacks. I had and our wizard threw a big old fireball on his face, and we took him down. So it's pretty sweet.
oh, thank God he got
Nice.
revived. I
So-
remember that. I remember that
Yeah,
guy
Sir
from
Isteval
the campaign.
is cool. And then so that's my 5e stuff. I just went and picked up beer, and it's that time again for pumpkin beer. So I got Schlafly Pumpkin Ale, which is the best
Ah.
pumpkin beer. So if you like pumpkin beer, this one's the best one. It's better than pumpkin. I had pumpkin last year, and I didn't like it very much.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it. It's kind of
I do like Schlafly's. I like any of the
Everything,
ones that are
Schlafly.
actually brewed with pumpkin rather than like just throwing some pumpkin pie spice.
Well, this
on
one
the-
tastes
in
more
it.
like pumpkin pie, but not so much that it's like super sweet and overwhelming. Like, that's why it's my favorite one. It tastes
Yeah.
most like pumpkin pie.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I like too.
And then other than that, this week is Gen Con, so I get to go to Indianapolis to game. I'm basically like playing a shit ton of D&D. I'm going to be there for the Tyranny of the Dragons release party, so I'm hopefully going to get some D&D swag. And yeah, I'm super excited for that. So that's coming up. I'm going to be in Indianapolis from Thursday to Sunday. So that's what I'm excited for.
Nerd power over
Yes!
9,000.
Over 9,000.
Nice.
Yes.
That'll be exciting.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So-
awesome.
So that's my spiel. Beer and games.
Travis,
You just did like the overly attached girlfriend look.
Creepy face.
No.
Yeah.
Travis,
Travis.
you had another
Yes.
wedding this weekend?
Yes, I had another
Jesus
wedding this
Christ.
weekend, and it was amazing. It was so it's kind of one of those it's a small world moments. So I went to college, and freshman year, a buddy and I shared a room in the dorm. So it was a friend that I knew from high school who was my roommate, and then we didn't know anyone else, literally in the entire 1,200 person building. So it was great, you know. You have one person that you know, and you can kind of go out and meet everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, our next door neighbor Tony ended up being like the coolest person in the world, and we ended up rooming with him for the next couple of years at a flat just off campus, and you know it was cool because it was just a great personality fit.
Yeah.
And it turns out that Tony had a friend from high school. He grew up in Green Bay, so it was like 20 minutes, half an hour away from where Ryan and I grew up.
Right.
Well, anyway, he had a friend from high school who went to UW Whitewater and was next door neighbors with another of my best friends from high school.
What are
Like,
the odds of that?
what
Weird.
are the odds of that? So this wedding was my other friend from high school, his roommate Joe. So it was literally all of our Madison friends and all of our Whitewater friends and a bunch of my Brilliant friends from where I grew up, and it was
Wow.
That
it was
sounds
literally
like
I
an
knew.
epic shit-faced festival.
Yeah, everyone within 5 years of my age I knew at the wedding, and it was just it was awesome.
That's awesome.
It was a lot of
Yes.
fun.
And a lot of drinks and a lot of dancing, and I'm sore in places that I didn't know had muscles, so
Oh, okay. I was wondering where you're going with that.
Sore in places
From-
you didn't
from
know
da-
were involved in dancing.
yeah. It's like, wow, I must have had a lot of beer to get that low on the dance floor.
Your story's better than mine. I roomed also with a high school friend freshman year, and by the end of freshman year, we were no longer friends.
That's sad.
Oh,
That happened.
No, it was fine. He was a dick.
Oh, never mind. That's not sad. Fuck him.
Wow.
Whatever.
Okay.
Totally fine with not being friends with him anymore. It wasn't like just bad. It's just it just didn't work out. Like we
Yep.
drifted apart, became different people. So
The sad faces,
Yep.
but also
well,
not
I
sad
feel
faces.
like you kind of discover yourself in college. So, you know, some people discover, well, I really like being into drugs, and
Or I like being an asshole, and it's
yeah,
fun.
or I like being an asshole.
I love those two
Um,
examples. Like, get really into drugs.
let's see.
being an
Here I am
asshole.
going off to college. Am I going to get into drugs or being a douchebag? The choices.
Shall we
Well,
roll dice?
my roommates and I were
Animal.
very much into Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers Melee, so
Hell yes.
it all worked out.
my next door neighbors would play like oh god, what MLB on the Sega Genesis, and
Oh,
would
yeah.
just scream. They became close friends of mine, but they would just scream and yell about Ken Griffey Jr. getting 40 home runs or something like that.
Yeah.
Last
Oh,
question, then we'll go into some D&D. But
Yes.
you were talking about Mario Kart. Did anyone play drunk Mario Party in high school, or not high school?
Don't drink and
College.
drive Mario Kart on the
College.
Wii right now.
Not
all the
Mario,
time.
not Mario Kart, Mario Party.
Well, not Mario
Yes,
Party now.
absolutely,
Oh, Mario Party.
absolutely.
Drunk Mario
Sorry,
Party
but it's
I did that at my bachelor party.
might be the funnest game of all time.
I was gonna
Hot
say,
dog.
don't they say that's the way to lose friends?
Probably because
Or
you scream
not-
at each other.
yeah.
Mario Party without alcohol is way to lose friends. Mario
Okay.
Party with
Oh.
alcohol. You make
It's like
all
then you
kinds of
become
friends.
best friends.
It makes everything funnier. So,
It does. It
all right.
does.
Well, guys, if that's enough catching up,
yeah.
welcome
D&D
viewers
time.
back to an adventure for beginners. We are on session 39.
Yes.
And where last we left off, our intrepid adventurers had finally settled a score. The three existing party members from before Amarith's unfortunate demise tracked down and defeated the chimera that ended up killing her. They, while they weren't able to find all of the mementos and things she had on her, they
Body.
didn't find her body, but they basically found a few items of hers, pretty much confirming her death.
That's right, I had an army of Jeeveses sorting through
And
Yeah,
they
it's
had
just
an
one
army
Wow.
of Jeeveses picking apart the chimera's nest. The creature collected metal, mostly steel, and
And what did
picked it
we?
apart.
We found something magical, right?
You did find something. Does anyone remember? before I
Absolutely
said-
not.
breastplate. Breastplate.
Absolutely.
Breastplate.
Yes, you
Okay.
found this, a black breastplate that was surprisingly not as damaged as the rest of the metal around it, and it has it's painted black with a white spider web and spider design on the front.
Mm.
Yeah, so you guys found that, and you also started picking apart the nest and searching the ground in the area. The creature had quite a bit of money and things just sort of laying around. It seemed really only focused on steel, but with all the presumable people that it killed to get that armor and those weapons, there were coins laying around, half-eaten by acid, and various other parts of weapons, armor, shields that had gems, gold, silver inlaid, that kind of thing. So you guys walked away with a big sack of broken shit that can be melted down for some money.
Did you put that on anybody's character sheet?
I have not, because you guys haven't really...
I have to go get my...
Sorry.
Let me go get my folder, because I have it all written down.
You actually took notes while drinking?
I don't know if they're comprehensible, but...
And while that was happening, Faunalin had been carried away the previous episode by Lorquathius, the Copper Dragon. Had been brought to what she was told was a healer's house, and she eventually got sick of waiting there for him to come back, and went out and passed out in the woods, and woke up back in the house where...
But hold on, let's rewind real quick. Why did I pass out?
You passed out because you lost all but one constitution point.
Yeah, that's right, guys.
Yeah, for damage there was a 2 out of possible 3 rolled. So
I almost died.
Yep, she had a 1/3 chance of just dying.
Yeah. And
being the first person to re-roll a third character. But she survived. She survived, and the dwarf named
Glashen. From Deep Haven.
From Deep Haven. Thank you. I forgot what the name was. From Deep Haven. Ended up curing her, and she's been recovering for the last few days.
Very reluctant to deal with him.
Reluctant to deal with him for reasons and things and stuff. But she is now recovering, and she is in Glashen's home while the rest of the party made it back to Sagni, reunited with Lysantha. And how would you describe your interaction with her, Durian?
With Lysantha, I don't have to really role play it. We present.
I just need to describe how you think the conversation went.
How I think the conversation went?
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the conversation?
No, I don't remember the conversation. My last note, by the way, was Kiribali, Nation, Bronze Dragon, Bubastis, General? Question mark? That's the last thing I have.
I wasn't sure with how much you were drinking you remembered. So, Caven, why don't you recount how the
I'm sure I was conscious. Like, I wasn't blackout drunk, so I'm sure somebody reminded me.
All right, so we returned to Sagni. We delivered the Draconic Chimera head to Lysantha, and she was happy. Durian lets Lysantha. Oh.
Lysantha's a LOL character.
That's a legal entity. I did that too. You don't play League, Kevin. What the fuck?
I do, not as much as Dota. But the Durian dropped the info about the Copper Dragon, and Lysantha was very interested in that. And Durian didn't want to reveal too much about Lorquathius, but she wanted to know more.
Mm-hmm. And how did the conversation end?
With us being told that selling chimera eggs is an act punishable by death.
Really?
Yes.
We kept the eggs, huh?
No, we didn't.
Literally outside her door is where we'll pick up in just a bit.
We have the eggs.
However, I have been working on a couple things in the meantime. A lot of it being world building. So I've decided that, you know what, fuck it, having a non-named world sucks. So we are in the world. We are in the world of Terrene. We are in what's called the Second Age of Knowledge. You guys don't have a lot of info about the history yet, and that's the way I like it.
Travis is still thinking.
However, you do know that it is year 1241 in the Second Age of Knowledge. 1241. 1241.
Do we know what separated the Second Age of Knowledge?
Stupidity.
We might do some rolls for that later when it becomes relevant.
Okay.
This world, as we've discovered already, has 2 moons, has a highly elliptical orbit,
We
which
have 2 moons? I never knew that.
2 moons, yeah.
2 minutes.
Alright.
And you have a 0-axis tilt, which means that
okay.
the elliptical orbit is actually what causes winter and summer seasons. But just for your info, that means it's summer everywhere and winter everywhere. So
Convenient.
it's not, it's not
Wait,
split up by hemisphere.
Oh, so it's summer over the
Yep.
whole... Okay.
Over the entire world at the same time.
Yeah, I was trying to... How
And
can it be winter
I
and
need-
summer at the same time?
Yeah, I need everyone to roll me a D25 and a D15.
Okay.
And let's do them in order. Durian, go first.
Sorry, what year was it?
1241, 1241.
20 and 9. What does
Okay.
that mean? What just happened?
I'll tell you in a
Oh
sec.
god, what's happening?
D25 is such an odd number.
It is. 15's kind of an odd number too.
They're both
they're
actually
both odd
literally
numbers.
odd numbers.
So,
Bang.
Josh, why don't you go?
Well, 14, so it's not as great as that one, but
Hey, it
I
might
do
be
better than
good.
this one. Yes.
This isn't a bad or good thing. Kevin.
D25 and a D15. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I did run some Dungeon World with some friends while I was home as well. That was fun.
Nice.
20...
20 as well. We're brothers, yo.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
You guys rolled the same
Dude.
We
thing.
rolled the same thing.
Creepy.
I call evil shenanigans.
And last but
Kevin
was
certainly
doing
a
not
heart to you.
least, Allison.
Oh, sorry. How do I do this? There we go.
Oh my god, I'm so bad at doing
Jesus
hand hearts,
Christ.
apparently.
There. Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
dude, I
Oh, that's a good one.
can't wait to see the
High five. Fist
3
bump.
and
Hey,
5.
look at my
Awesome.
rolls. They're great.
Those are your birthdays.
Hey.
And
Hey!
like normal fucking people, it goes day and month because the way we do it in America is stupid.
Yes. it is.
So there's a listing of the months, and every month has 25 days. Because that makes math easy.
So, hey, the 5th
15
month
months.
is also my birthday, so May.
So what's the date currently?
The date currently I have written down
Man.
is the 25th of Trueno. So what month is
My
that?
birthday just
Ninth month.
passed.
Yep.
Damn it!
It's the ninth month. Both of our birthdays just passed, but the 9th month is
creepy.
it's
They're
winter.
born on the same day.
It is. So, winter solstice is on 15/8. So the 15th of Oruro. Oh, God damn it,
Oro,
Oro.
I think.
Oro.
Didn't quite think this out, did you, Travis?
Oh yeah.
I picked these off of a thing. They're not
So-
mine. So
Nice.
15 months.
Still sweet. The 15th of Oro.
Is it,
Yep.
is every month
Yeah.
the same length?
yes,
Yes, 25
5
days.
days each.
Oh,
So it's a
duh, you just rolled that.
375
Okay.
day year, just a little longer than our own.
Cool, I can actually put dates in my notebook now.
Yeah.
So I was born on the 20th of Trueno.
Yep.
And as was Caben, and it's what, the 25th of Trueno?
Yes. You
I
guys
said happy
have.
birthday to Caben.
You don't know my
Actually, I don't know what his birthday
You don't
is.
know his birthday is. But I wanted to get that in because you guys were actually putzing about the mountains while the foothills while the winter solstice happened, which
Okay.
is unfortunate because it's kind of it's not really a party. Like, I mean, summer solstice is the new year. It's 1/1, and that's when everyone kind of gets together and celebrates because it's more fun to celebrate during summer. Excuse me. But yeah, so you guys are doing stuff and things. I don't know if there was anything else world building. If I think
What
of it,
month
I
was
will
it?
bring.
What
It's
month was it?
Trueno, the 9th
It's
month.
Trueno,
Oh,
yeah.
I
Okay.
thought we were in 8th.
I'm sorry. Yes, it was like a month ago. I think you guys were fighting a dragon when winter solstice
Fitting.
happened.
Very fitting.
So what?
Everyone else is kind of
what
like
month is it?
It's
Is it,
currently
it is Trueno?
today is
yes,
the
25th. It's the last day of Trueno today.
Oh, I thought. Sorry, I got that down wrong. Yes. Okay. Last
And
day
in
of Trueno.
fact, the original party And I went back and painstakingly calculated this out, and by painstakingly, it's probably off by a few days. But the
Unacceptable.
original party, upon your return to Sagni, will have been together for 122 days.
Oh,
So
wow.
just under 5 months in this calendar.
Cool.
So that would be
A third of the year.
so
122
like
days.
Agua, the 20th of Agua. roughly
Yeah,
then?
you guys started 22nd of Flama.
Oh. One,
So
two.
during-
Yeah,
That's-
so basically the start of winter.
Are these random Spanish words?
no.
No.
They might be. It's
Some
possible.
of them are. Terreno's not Spanish. Oceano's not either. So we started the what?
Agua
The
is,
22nd of Flama.
Very end of so 22/6 or 6/22 if you want to.
So Duran and Cave
Americanize
have
it.
known each other for 5 months now?
Yep,
Well, that's only
122
one,
days.
two. Well, that's 1, 2, 3. That's 3 months. Flama being the
20,
6th month.
25 days a month.
Right. No, well then it would be earlier because Trueno's the 9th. That's
Oh,
only
what
3
the hell?
months.
Maybe I calculated this wrong.
Well, it's just,
I'll have
it'd
to
be-
look.
5 months
Okay.
is right. It would just be 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd be Sombra, not Flama. That's all.
Whatever. Anyway.
Whatever. Okay, you know what? I was having a few beers while doing this, so I'll
Hey, man.
recalculate.
However you like to relax, man. That's cool.
This is what DMs do on their off time, guys.
Yeah, I got it.
This is what we do.
Cool.
But anyway, I'll figure out the dates for sure, but today is today, and you guys have woken up. Or
Oh,
no,
yeah, what-
you guys have just walked out of
One more?
Lasanta's house.
So we don't have 2 questions. One, we didn't take because I remember thinking about taking chimera eggs. Did we take chimera eggs?
Yes, I have the bag.
You have
Yeah,
a
you-
bag of chimera eggs.
Yes.
You took them into Lasanta's house and discussed them with her.
Okay.
And
And
took,
you,
I took them out.
the rest of the party stopped you from trying to shove them under her stairwell. So
I don't remember doing that. At all.
Yeah, actually, he did try to do that. I'll give Travis that one.
Hmm.
Well,
And
he's
secondly,
right, he's
to
right.
remind everybody else, I got a gift from Amarath.
Mhm.
To my dearest friend Durian from Amarath, and it's a vial of liquid slightly more viscous than water.
Yep.
And you have no idea what it is. Because I didn't label it, because I didn't think I was going to die.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Google Drive, seriously. What is happening?
Okay, cool. So we are starting with the party of 3. You guys are just walked out of Lasanta's house. You have everything with you except I think the draconic head of the Chimera? Is that what
Yeah.
you left?
Yep.
So we still have the other 2 heads, all the stuff that they salvaged, and
Yep.
4 chimera eggs that we need to destroy, apparently.
You can do whatever you want with them.
Oh, I've made my point very clear. I want them destroyed.
Yeah.
Come, friends, let us go tally our hoard, our blood money, if you will.
Yeah, perhaps first we should, destroy those so we don't get our heads cut off.
Let's go do it in private.
Okay. Shall we head in that direction, away from town?
No, let's go take rooms, please. We've been out in the foothills for
I-
days, and
Yeah,
Don't
you
think
guys
we should
haven't
take them into town.
We're
Yes,
in town,
we're in Sagni.
I mean further into town. You know what I mean?
Just don't worry about it. No one's gonna search us.
Dude,
No.
these eggs are huge. How do you think we can
Oh,
carry them around?
Nina, here.
Nina.
If you want to go destroy them, take the bag and go
No,
destroy
do not
them.
destroy them yet.
Yet.
Can we please just go get a room and talk about this in the room?
Yes, let's go get a room.
Thank you.
Fine.
Cool. So you guys head off to the inn and grab some rooms. Let's see. You have you're all just filthy. Like you've been tracking through the mountains for a couple weeks, and you've got probably some blood and shit on you, and a couple
Kevin
of
is
wounds
unfazed.
here and there.
Kevin.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys check in, and I assume you all probably strip down, have a nice bucket bath, and hand your clothes to the wash lady, the usual type of stuff when you get in town.
Yes.
Sure.
And I luxuriate in my bath.
You luxuriate in your literal bucket to wash with. Awesome.
I call the woman or whoever the sort of what do you call them? Like the bath servant, the person who's going to give you a towel and stuff like that.
We're not in a castle.
They have towels? Do you have towels?
Yeah, I mean, you're given like a bucket and a cloth and a bar of soap.
I asked
Like
whoever gives it to me if she can bring me a pint of ale.
Sure, sir, no problem.
Thank you.
You should just use
You'll be
your
paid
sword.
handsomely for your
Use your
trouble.
sword to turn your bath water into ale.
Of course, sir.
Good action.
Darian thinks to himself, wait a minute.
You totally could.
You smell booze.
Cool. So she brings you a big mug of ale. I assume you pay her, and that's the end of the discussion.
Well, it was a man's
I have
voice.
to ask because it's Durian.
I heard a man's voice when you just said, just a moment, sir. So if it's just a moment, sir.
It was a woman.
When she returns, I'm butt naked, and I accept the ale.
Oh, sir, I'll leave this right here.
Hey, no mind, dear. You will not see its like again soon.
Oh my
And I take a
Durian
big
is
swig and I
seriously
climb
the
into
enemy.
the bath. It feels good to be back in civilization.
Yeah, it's literally not a tub. It is a bucket of water.
I get into
He
the
climbs
bucket.
in anyway.
If it's a small bucket, I just hold my ale in one hand and I just dump the bucket over my head.
Do you literally do that?
Is it a small bucket?
It's like a pail, like a. it's a
Is
nice-
there a drain in the room?
Okay.
Of course not. Why would there be a drain in the
So
room?
why do we have a bucket of water in this room?
Because you wash yourself off while standing on a towel, you cretin.
You take a horse bath.
Not a
You
legitimate-
get the
legitimate-
stuff.
I got it.
Yeah.
This is the poorest inn ever that they don't even have bathing
This-
services.
No, this
Fine.
is literally the treatment you would get at most inns.
You got
You
used
can
to
go
living
to
in
a
the castle,
bathhouse. if you
Darian.
want.
Is the floor wooden?
It is wooden.
I pour the damn bucket over my head after she leaves. After she
Leaves, okay. Now your floor is just like sopping wet.
But I like scrub my hair and
Okay.
big swig of ale, and
Totally clean.
I'm just standing there like at the window, like arms at my like hips, like kind of
Okay.
like this deal.
All right, you're actually a bit cold because it's winter.
Doesn't
so-
matter. It feels great.
you're fine. You're fine. The water was warm. Excellent, Cabe and Nina. What are you two up to?
I'm writing in my journal the first half of 925. Darian bathes. No, I mean, I would have took whatever the minimal bath. Get out any kind
Okay.
of gunk that's been on me since.
You gotta do what I did. Take a maximum bath.
Nope, minimal.
Awesome. So yeah, you
Caven's
you
way.
David washes his hands.
you do a quick clean. There's probably still some grit under your fingernails. Cool.
Yeah,
Nina, I assume you.
he's presentable, but
Basic
he's not like
bath, then I
sparkling.
wait for everyone to come back.
You what? I'm sorry.
I said basic bath, and then I wait for everyone to come back. So
All right.
it's something
Cool.
I
So-
do want to discuss with them. So
Yeah, I mean, you guys freshen yourselves and probably meet up in the tavern to
Yeah,
grab
we
some
rec-
food.
I say let us grab a bite and retire to my room.
Do we have 3 rooms or 2 rooms?
I think we have 3.
You guys have so much money. I assume you all rent separate rooms at this
Okay.
point.
Okay.
You definitely
Give a
don't
shit
trust
ton.
me in the same room with Durian. The same.
Yeah, at level 7, like getting separate rooms doesn't really become a financial issue anymore. Cool. So you guys, grab some food and either eat it and then head back, or take it with you to the room. You're now in the room.
Okay.
Okay, to start this off, Nina, I know your perspective.
Mm-hmm. No, there's also something else.
I
wanna
did
talk
not get
about.
to where I am today, and I sort of gesture at my clean body and my mug of ale, and I did not get to where I am today by squandering opportunities when you don't know something's value. Yes, it's dangerous, but hey, we've done plenty of dangerous, illegal things since we first met
What?
on the 22nd of Sombra.
What?
Actually,
Like, illegal-
I
what?
found the issue.
Nina didn't meet us
So-
there.
Well, Caven,
What?
listen, I'm not going to sell it, but you never know what's going to come in handy someday. I would like to at least keep one of them for myself.
Well, can we at least destroy 3 of them then? Like, I'm sure if it's one, it'll be much more easier to conceal? Question mark.
Sure.
Okay, and then guys, there's something I need to talk to you about as well. In fact, it actually happened in our little trip. And
I sip my beer.
Durian, did you?
No. It's about that night that you tried to wake me up, Kevin, actually. I apologize for that night, by the way.
The night I
Kevin,
tried to wake you up?
I didn't, Caven. I didn't do
just,
anything.
like, woke you up.
Nina,
The night where I tried to punch you,
lie.
I just woke up.
If I made a pass at you, you would know, Nina. You
No.
would know.
Guys, nothing like that. And I begin to tell them, and honestly, guys, you're gonna have to recap the episode because there's just so much stuff that happened.
Is this when you
No.
tried to sneak away?
No, this is the dream.
Oh.
What?
Ron
The
can help.
really hippie dream that I
Oh,
had.
I'm gonna need Travis to recap it.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're gonna have to
there
watch
is.
the episode to recap it.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is no
Episodes.
recap. Josh, what you remember is what your character remembers.
never
Oh,
mind.
Travis, the thing went on for half an hour. There's no way I'm gonna
It wasn't a
waste
half an
time.
hour.
It was
You
like
could have
5
you
minutes.
could have taken notes.
It wasn't a half hour.
Come on,
I
Travis.
remember what
Neat.
happens. I remember what happened in the dream.
I remember some of it.
Okay,
I
well
remember
then
he was
we'll
running
see
from
how much
something.
better Kevin's memory is than yours.
Like, it was my old town, and there were a lot of. I know what happened. I'm just. It's time
Was
consuming. I
it
want
was
to
it
save
your old
time.
town? Who said it was your old town?
If you remember,
There's
it was
buildings that were
It was
familiar,
familiar.
Travis.
It was
So maybe he
familiar,
thinks
but
it's-
also
Don't make
not
nothing.
familiar. I remember those words.
Yeah.
okay. Well, anyway, back to the role playing part. I say. So you had some dream, Nina.
hmm
So I have
Right.
dreams every night, usually of beautiful naked women. But
This is something different than a normal dream, Durian. It might be related to my past, actually.
Caben
really,
Caben's tuning out. He's really bored right now.
Right. I remember quite a few things, but they were out of, like, especially, like, buildings and locations, but they were, how would one say it? Out of place? Like, they should have been
Yes.
further apart, more or less separated by distance.
so
They
wait,
were
you
all-
do you believe your amnesia is coming back, or
Oh.
your memory coming back? Your amnesia's going away.
Well, there was also a shadowy figure, his face I couldn't see, and he said I was getting on the right trail of sorts. In fact, it's the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys, now that and I sort of dropped ahead for a second, avenged Amrith. We have no real set place to go. I actually want to take a trip up north with you guys, if you would like.
Ah, but we do have a place to go. I've been meaning to speak with you guys about it too, and it happens to be up north as well. So perhaps one and the same.
Up north?
Well, shouldn't we be talking to Fawn about where we're going?
Well,
We've got time to wait for her for sure, but
yeah.
I think right now she doesn't have as much say about our direction. Her help is certainly
Right.
welcome and desired, but
She was meant to help us with the Chimera, and we all know how that sort of happened.
well, I don't blame her.
I would pay money
That was,
to watch
by the way,
Nina say
Travis,
that
out
to
of character,
Fawn's face.
out of character, Travis, that was literally how she was introduced to the party as an assistant.
She's gonna help you with the Chimera, and then she gets
Chimera.
really sick and has to be taken away before the Chimera.
To some degree, you're correct.
So what did you want to get?
Or I guess that's what we could talk about that, guys. I mean, I just brought up Fawn. Are we gonna stick around with Fawn? I mean, she got sick. She got flown away. You're not here.
You-
Don't give me a face.
Yeah,
You're
that's-
not here.
I'm not saying anything until now.
You can always leave her behind if you want, but I don't really see why.
I mean, that I don't know if they're
We
appropriate.
said
I just
that we
wasn't
would
sure
wait.
what. I mean, she came with us and she got sick, and
Well,
we don't know where she
did-
is. If she's alive, she died.
Out of
We
game,
did say
Travis.
that we would
I have
wait
a
for her
question.
though.
We said we'd wait in what, like for a few days.
Can you, Travis, out of game, can you remind me about how I came across the information about Lord Vellum Nilo?
What is that?
I have
Boy,
his,
I'm gonna
I have
have to
his
think
name
of-
written down and
I believe you asked Lysantha about a history expert.
Ah, yes.
And
that is
Lysantha didn't have information, but she
But she
knows
advised-
people who knows people who know things.
Okay, so I am... okay, good.
Yep.
Thank you. So I say, well, I think we should wait on Fawn. There's no reason to leave her, and frankly, she's muted and shit like that. So we'll wait on her and give her a couple days.
I mean, if
but
we're talking about stuff to do, we're
she's
here.
already an investment to us. We had to give up that sword in order to get her life saved.
If we're talking about things to do during there, we know someone else, or last we heard of, roaming around CN. The necromancer that got away.
What? Yes,
Perhaps. Although it's been very quiet, you'd think we'd hear rumors of undead if the
I mean,
necromancer
we've only been
was
to
outlawed,
two
so.
cities in Sarny, and we've been really asking about chimeras. We haven't asked anything about undead, but
You don't really know what the state of CN is in general, but
right, we don't. And last we heard, he was was he from here, or we don't know where he went after he lost us, but I don't know. He put a bad taste in my mouth way back then. As long as we're still dishing out some revenge, it'd be nice to run him through.
I think, in passing, that's definitely something we can pick up. But the returns on pursuing such things are, unless he's stirring up trouble in CN, there's no one's going to pay us anything.
Yeah, I don't think it would just be we'd have to see if there's anything about undead. It wouldn't be hey, have you seen a guy with purple eyes?
Not everything is about money. Sometimes you just have to do it for yourself.
Purple eyes.
Didn't he have purple eyes or something?
I just look
I don't know,
and
did
I just look over and blink at Nina when she says that about doing something not for money, and I say, Nina, where do you propose?
Well,
Where
we
would
didn't
you
do the
say we go?
Chimera thing for. Well, we didn't do the Chimera thing for money. We did it for revenge.
There's a good reason for that, and it was quite
Caven
profitable.
shakes the bag
Yeah,
full
well,
of all the coins they found.
Profitable wasn't part of the thing at the start, though. Just saying, like that just happened to happen.
Aside from discussion about morals and whatnot, Nina, where does this dream? Where you think we should go? What do you propose?
Well,
Are you
There's a small
Dorian, are you
town
taking this
in the-
seriously?
Well, I'm trying to fit together a plan in my head, and I want to hear where she thinks we're.
Well, there's a small town I want to visit in Locust. I gotta try and remember actually my character history of it. I said it was in the northern or southern side, and you might have to actually help me for this one, Travis.
I'm not sure that your character would remember.
Uh,
No, you were found on the south side of Locust, so the somewhere between South Locust, North Ariadne-ish. You don't really.
well, I was technically found on the outskirts of the town that was wrecked.
Oh, we had
So I should
green
know where
eyes,
it
not
is.
purple. Green eyes.
So it's on the southern side of Locust, is what you're saying?
Yeah, somewhere about there.
So you want us to
So-
go seek out a small town in Locust?
To the south.
It's on the way.
It's South Locust.
I too have a quest for us. And Caben, yes, I take it seriously in the same. Do I believe there's a shadowy presence pursuing us? I don't think I laugh
Well,
at that. but
I didn't say shadowy presence following. I said it was a shadowy presence in the dream.
this is yes, Caben. This is definitely a way that amnesia might manifest itself as coming clear is through disturbing dreams, realistic dreams. That's absolutely how memory can return. So, do I take it seriously as something in her memory is being triggered to come back? And I think that's it. At least worthy of investigating. If it helps her. You're part of the team, Nina, and you've proven yourself. So,
I
but
don't
I
think-
have.
village-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the village that I want to visit is a town called. What was it? Can't remember because I remember we changed it because apparently it was a. I didn't realize at the time it was actually used in roleplay, so they changed it.
Yeah, you used like 3 roleplay names.
I didn't even mean it too. It was actually
Yeah.
when I just have a generic campaign. I think it's called Foghaven. Was the town?
Foghaven's out of roleplay.
Yeah, I think we.
Farhaven
I'll have to
was-
look back.
Which one?
Okay.
Which it
You
was
tell them
original.
to. You tell
Regardless-
them the town name.
Regardless of the name.
Foghaven. There we go.
And I say, I say, we could go investigate town. Perhaps it will be leading there anyway, but I'd like to talk to you guys now that we've finished this about something that I've had on my mind for quite some time and been waiting for the appropriate moment. In fact, once we reached Sogni, I was intending to get Amreth's buy-in, but we were sidetracked, as it were. But let us not forget the Electrum tablet that I found, and I pull out the translation of it.
Yes.
Why? Perhaps would Durian want to remind everyone in the party what the inscription says?
Yes.
It was quite a while
Please do.
since you've got it translated.
Well, we have a note on it, so I can just read the note.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Go ahead.
Okay, so I say, let's not forget this tablet that I had, God, what was his name?
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn, thank you.
He's
been a while
fabulous.
Yeah, he is Pab. Llewellyn had this translated. It was quite difficult and expensive, but it points to something intriguing, to say the least. It reads, "In the arid, drying lands of Shumira, more than sand in the desert air spins, tales are told of ancient magic and power contained within the House of the Winds. If you dare to brave the glaring sun with its dangers of time and sand and dust, to acquire those powers which are beyond you, 4 earthly elements are a must. A bowl of life ever-flowing, a phial of death, an end most unfair, a cup of vitality, the beat not slowing, a ringlet of metal light as the air. Present your gifts, but heed this warning. One cannot count on others to keep you alive. Only one may enter to face the trials. Under the desert sun, only the strong survive."
Well, Nina's head sort of immediately perks, and when I'm assuming like you're moving your finger across as you're reading it.
No, I had the translation, so I just read from the translation.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, well, that ninth line that you said, "a bowl of life ever flowing," that's water.
Yes, but is it some specific, a specific ever-flowing bowl of water? It says ever-flowing. There's definitely puzzles here. I think most importantly, we need to know where we're headed before we know anything about these items. Remember, Llewellyn said he as part of his cost, he said that this might be something he's investigating too. So we're kind of in a race. But Lasantha, who is well learned, didn't know anything about any place called Shumira, nor about the House of the Winds. But I got a name of a counselor in Cien, who is knowledgeable of history.
Well,
And,
for what it's worth.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, the earthly elements are well, the 4 basic elements of the earth are water, wind, fire, and earth. I mean, metal is an earth, or exists in the earth.
Yeah,
Water
but
is what
a
keeps us
cup of
alive.
vitality, the beat not slowing, a phial of death, and in Durian's brain he thinks of the viscous liquid that he got from Amareth. I don't know, maybe you were going to tell me, like, look what I discovered. The phial of
Poison
death.
you.
While we're at it, Nina, with your most recent dream, does anything else stand out in that translation? Anything you can think of?
I remember.
Caven's bored. He's just sitting there like.
Hold on. So I know it was like shadowy, misty,
Well, I remember. Caven doesn't.
and
Caven has no idea.
everything that was shown light was the symbol, my holy symbol. Nature of time and sand and dust. I'm trying to think, is goddamn Han. Like he couldn't
Nina's
say this 2
intelligence
weeks
is not
ago.
that
Chad,
high.
that's 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
I know. Well, why don't you go back and watch the dream sequence at some point, because it is very fresh in Nina's mind. But I'm not gonna do all the work for you guys. So cool. You read the translation back and yeah, you continue on.
Yeah. So. Okay, getting back into it. So I say I propose that we pursue this treasure.
Oh, okay. I think you might be referring to the 6th line. Time, sand, and dust.
What is? Did
You should
Nina
go
say
back
that?
and watch the
Yeah, you
Dream
should.
Sequence
You
again.
just need to go watch it. Watch it on the break. Go. It was
Yeah,
last
watch
session,
that
right?
on the break.
That might
Yes.
be one.
It was session 37.
Actually, it's
right?
not
Or 38?
actually. That's
38.
38. It's not on YouTube. Actually, I haven't uploaded it yet.
But it's
But
on
will
Twitch,
it be on
isn't it?
Twitch?
It should be on Twitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god. Twitch
So
sucks
anyway.
So Durian has said, "I propose that we unravel the mystery of this tablet and seek the treasure in the House of the Winds." Ancient magic and power. This is something that predates the Second Age of Knowledge, perhaps.
It very well might.
Well,
I mean,
we have
something that old in this tablet, found in a tomb itself, could be most. I don't know. I'm intrigued by this. This is the shit I live for, guys. I'll be blunt with you.
we have anywhere from tomorrow to like probably 2 weeks until Thorn returns. So I guess you can probably get that checked out, and I point to the breastplate. You could probably sell those, and I point to the random stuff that we
The shit
looted
with
from the
metal and
nest.
gems in it.
Yeah. You can keep that one. I guess I point to one random egg, but the other 3 eggs we're destroying, right? Should probably take care of that.
Fair enough. No one else wants to keep their egg?
No? I don't want to lose my head over this, and as long as we don't sell it, it's not. I guess it's not a bad thing. So
You need to live a little, Nina.
no, I want to stay alive until I remember the past, if all possible. And I'm not going to lose my head over something as stupid as an egg.
Never know. Never know what use it will have.
Mm.
So
Caben, you're not going to hang on to an egg?
He kind of shrugged his shoulders.
Bored. Caben's bored. All right. Well, let's divide up this. I will, if we can find someone who has a pearl in town, I will identify the breastplate myself.
Well, Travis,
yeah.
with all the random gems that we acquired from this pit, was one of them a pearl?
It's not a gem, is it?
Nope.
It's
No,
not
no,
a
you got
gem,
gems
but
and
you might put a
items.
pearl in a pommel or something. Like, you know, if your family grew up by the sea, it would conceivably be something you'd put as a
Alright.
decoration. So I'm gonna give that, we'll say 10%. No, definitely not.
Damn it. I tried.
There's nothing even vaguely
I don't remember
pearl-like.
seeing a pearl
There
in the
aren't-
loot, but we should divide up the loot now. Figure out how much we got.
Well,
I say the gems we just hang on to. Easier to carry gems than it is to
try sell them.
No, I'd say not. It's easy. Gems are worth what they're worth, and we pry them out of their, out of their casings and their settings and hang on to them. They're lighter than coin, so
Either way, divide loot after we sell like all the random stuff, I guess the metal and stuff, because there's no point of really doing it now until it's all done with.
well, I say we've got a couple days. Let's pry out all the jewels out of the. Unless something, I didn't see anything in all of that metal that looked worth of hanging on to, and definitely not better than my carouser's retort here. I sort of pat my hip, my rapier in my hip. Anyway, so I say we lay low and wait on Fawn for a couple days. Sort these gems out. I'll do some I'm a pretty decent appraiser of gemstones, so I'll look them over and assess their value. How much coin did we get, Travis? Have we counted it yet?
Well, it's like, a lot of it's damaged coins. So I told you the number of coins you found, but that's like half coins and partially eaten away coins, so, why
I
don't
didn't
you
write
tell me how many you got? You didn't?
No. It
Okay.
just says got gold from Nest and a pile of gem-covered gear.
Okay, so I'll look it up, and we'll just say that when you go into, sell all the bits with gold and silver inlay and that kind of stuff, you'll, weigh out the partial coins into, poundage and then convert to real coinage there.
Got it.
Because, I mean,
Okay.
whoever's going to melt out that precious metal will just take the partial coins, too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So,
We can kind of fast-track that
Yeah, we can fast track. So
Sure.
I
You
get
guys spend some days around town?
I get rip roaring drunk that night. I get rip roaring drunk the first night.
All right.
I ask for a large bucket of water.
Sure, they comply.
Okay, so it's in the I turn that into beer,
Cool.
and I drink the bucket.
Awesome. In that case, why don't we switch over to Faunolin? Oh, I didn't realize she was gone. Perfect timing. So we'll switch over to Faunolin.
Yay!
Faunolin.
Faunolin just got a beer.
Yeah, Faunolin has spent the last few days at Glashen's place, enjoying some surprisingly good elven-made wine and some
And some like elf
elven
trail
food.
mix.
Yeah, like
Essentially.
the good stuff.
The good stuff.
So cool. You are back to 3 Constitution.
Oh boy.
I guess the question is, how long do you want to stay?
Is it dangerous to go alone?
Take this.
Depends how healthy you are. Right now, you have 15 total hit points,
And no horse, I might add.
and no horse, and no supplies. Actually, you just have your weapons. Was probably not the smartest choice.
I'm gonna stay until I'm at like, what is my normal constitution?
10.
10. I'm gonna
do you wanna
stay until like
5
8.
days? Yeah.
How high would that get me?
8 would. I'd have to do some math, which
No,
I
like
don't
8
do.
constitution.
Yeah. So that would
So,
be
is that
your
5?
normal 43 hit points minus what is it? Minus 7. Yeah, so you'd be at 36 out of 36 at that point.
That'd be okay.
Cool. So we can say you spend a few days with Glashen. Do you talk to him much? Do you say anything?
I would-
Mention anything?
I would try and get to know him a little bit because he doesn't seem like the dwarves that I hate, and I'm always interested in strategy, seeing as my deity is Halmir, and he is the god of strategy. So I'm going to try and find out information about him and where he's from, and find out as much as I can about it.
Cool.
Because
what
it
kind
could
of
be
things
useful.
do you ask?
I'll ask him
For
about, Deep Haven, or that's what it was called, right?
He kind of clams up whenever you mention Deep Haven and says,
Well, then
I went away from my past and I'm not too anxious to discuss that."
Well, I will ask him then perhaps about family, if he keeps in touch with any of them.
Oh, not as much as I'd like to. Hey, to be honest, I left a lot of things behind.
Oh, do you have a lot of family?
Well, we were, I suppose so.
He's a dwarf, I'm gonna guess. Probably, yeah. Them dwarves,
I
they
haven't
drink a
been
lot.
back for, good 15 years now. So
Oh, I
imagine
forget, is
that-
he old?
He's older, yeah.
Is he like my
probably
age
have
old?
more nieces and nephews than I did before I left. He's probably a little older, relatively speaking, than you.
Okay.
He's maybe more at his late 40s, early 50s, probably mid to late 40s.
Okay.
Whereas your age translates to like early 30s in human years.
Okay. Well, if he's kind of not willing to speak about his about Deep Haven, essentially, then I will kind of keep the conversation to a minimum and just ask him about how he ended up becoming a healer, helping people and living in the middle of the woods.
Well, like I said, I up and left. Got sick of the situation. I thought I'd do some good in the world. I don't usually stay here all that much, but winter's kind of hard to travel, and didn't have me a horse or anything, and just kind of bedded down for the winter. Usually, I'm traveling about Cien, Taurus, and Palatinus a bit, helping those I can.
Okay. So, I'm gonna have to ask. So, remember when you said you were waiting for me to leave your cabin to help me? Why?
You rode here on a dragon and you're armed to the teeth. Figured I'd be a little cautious. I was just gonna come in at night, you know, and you couldn't properly see.
I see. So, okay.
Just being careful, Missy.
Yeah. I'm so thankful you waited until I was almost dead to help me.
I followed you through the woods. You didn't even hear me, which is surprising. I thought your ears would be perked up to the sound.
Well, that's
of me
probably because I was
bumbling
dying.
through. Hey, you know, I can take that spell back if you want.
I don't think you can. A little late for that.
Oh, really? Studied a lot of the gods, have you? Know what a cleric is capable of?
Do you think
He
the
kind of
gods
gives
care
you a
about you that
grin.
much?
He gives you a grin and an eyebrow raise. I'd
Okay.
hate for you to be stuck with some kind of malady, you know?
I'd hate to see what happens when you try to talk directly to your god. You think they'll listen?
Aye, Moradin healed your ass, didn't he?
So you think he's gonna listen to your prayers directly and take it away, huh? The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, right? Yeah.
Aye, the good Lord, Moradin punishes those that have got smart-ass mouths like yours.
Oh, does he? Okay.
He's like he's enjoying this back and forth.
I'm sure he's listening to our conversation right now. I'm sure. Mhm.
Oh no, I meant like Glacian's enjoying this.
I know, she's being sarcastic still. She can see that.
But he didn't. Okay.
she can tell when he's, you know...
Aye, the gods don't listen to every petty little argument.
Exactly. She just shuts up and eats her trail mix.
Okay. Cool. So you kind of talk to him more throughout the days, and you learn basically he doesn't want to talk a whole lot about his past, and you're probably not that interested. I mean, he like goes around
Slightly
helping
am.
people in need, being advising when he can. He's pretty well known in the northern regions of Taurus and Palatinus, and kind of works as a bit of a mediator whenever. Whenever times of strife come up. He was actually down there a bit with the recent issues, but yeah,
Okay.
that's about all you get out of him. I guess anything else, or do you want to kind of fast track
Fast track to when I'm not
when
practically
you're not practically
in shitty health, I guess.
Cool. So let me do a few adjustments, and while you're taking another 5 days to rest, guys, what do you do in that time?
I do performances because I'm just passing the time.
Well, okay,
Extra
so
gold doesn't hurt.
yeah, let's. Speaking of extra gold, let's handle the gold stuff.
We
So-
pry out. I get everyone's help. We pry out the gems from their settings.
Okay, cool. So we'll say you have a bag of gems. And why don't we skip appraising those because I don't have anything written down.
Okay.
But we'll say you turn in the metal and you know, go to a smith, get that stuff kind of melted down. And along with the coins, that nets you about 200 gold and about 400 silver and probably 1,000 copper.
Okay.
Cool. So, yeah. And I guess, like I said, you guys have 5 days around town before Faunalin even takes off. What do you do?
But you don't know that.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Well, yeah. At nighttime, I also do it and wants to do a duet. That's about it.
And my other question would be, how long do you guys stay without metagaming it? Because
So I imagined in my head 3 days. So after on the 4th day is when we should role play what's going to happen. I think that's cool. Unless somebody wants to go sooner than that, or bring an issue up sooner
Well,
than that.
we did say that we were gonna wait for her at a meeting point at Sagney before she departed, so we didn't
Yes.
specifically say when and how long.
Right, but it's... so...
Yeah, but I also want to know realistically how long your characters would wait. You know, Faunalyn could have fallen off the dragon. She might not have gotten cured. The person she got taken to might have killed her and robbed her. You know, she might be just on her way back. You guys don't know. There is no instant messaging in this this day and age. So
Then I have a question for DM as a previous
Yes.
experience.
yes,
I helped at the temple before I became an adventurer. As per
you
my
don't remember
healing
anything
experience.
before. Oh, you mean after you got
Yeah.
healed? Yes.
Like when I was saving money for trips and whatnot and working odd jobs, I helped at the temple.
yes.
How often did it take someone, be injury, sickness, disease, poison? How long did it normally take them to recover at death's door?
That
Some did.
varies.
Like,
Some did, but
yeah,
like,
it,
the ones that did recover, how did it take them? A week, 2 weeks, a month?
I mean, it depends on the poison, I would bet,
Nina,
or the injury.
tell you
No,
what,
poison,
Nina,
like,
Nina,
it's
oh,
injury.
stop. Nina, give me a heal check
Okay.
to see what
Let
you
me guess.
learned of disease. Because you know you
Oh crap! That's not
15.
bad.
Okay, not bad. It actually varies wildly between what they're afflicted with. You know, someone has the flu, that can be pretty deadly in this time and age. Someone comes in, you know, not like... You gotta remember that not every priest is a cleric, right? Some
Yeah.
people love and believe in the gods and have no magical powers, so...
Mhm.
It's not like every, you know, sick beggar got healing too. It could take a matter of a few days to be back on your feet. It could take a couple months. People could die. It varies wildly on the disease, and you weren't able to identify. I mean, you saw what bit Faunalyn, but you don't know what was
Yeah.
afflicting her.
So, I guess to simplify the question, on average, from my previous experiences, how long did it normally take? So a couple of weeks would be fair to recover?
Like, average doesn't mean much when it varies so wildly.
I know. But that's exactly, like, I don't want to, like, because I don't know what it was. I'm only trying to take, like, everything I've experienced and try and get a fair average.
I mean, you may have helped with 3 near-death cases, because you weren't there that long. And it's not like people come in every day at death's door. So, like, of the 3 people, you know, one guy died, one guy was up on his feet 2 days later, and another was there for the entirety of your stay. So,
Okay.
I can't
so-
give you a mathematical... I can't, like, narrow it down like that.
Okay, so one was 2 days, one was basically he had to be bedridden forever.
Yep. And the third died.
And the third died. So I say, well, she could take anywhere from being on her way right now to probably never coming back. The party, so.
Okay. Thanks, Nina.
Oh my god. I'm gonna give you guys control of your sheets pretty soon.
Yeah, that might make things a little easier.
Yeah.
I
And I look,
I look at
Darian's got
Nina
20 billion
and
gold.
so whenever Nina brings this up, I say, Nina, we're waiting. We're waiting until I say that we stop waiting.
I'm just
Unless
saying,
you can
like,
come up with a really good reason to believe she's actually dead.
Well, how long?
I don't think she's dead because the dragon said he was gonna, you know, basically airlift her to a person he knew.
Yeah, but she
Yeah.
could still have died.
And she could have died on the way, but I'd
She
like
was-
to give the dragon the benefit of the doubt.
She was pretty messed up when she left.
Yeah.
I
And
would.
Lord Quaithius did tell you guys that he didn't have healing power.
Yeah,
He was relying on someone else.
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
I hope.
We
she'll-
have
I
another
hope so.
problem. We have another problem that we'll have to cross the bridge when we get to it, but presumably Laura Coithius will transport her back. We don't know where she is, but if he does, we've got a pretty angry dragon hunter in town.
Did we? Okay, was that lady who divined for us in Sagney, or was that a different town?
No,
No,
was-
she was
okay.
here. Yeah.
Well, do you wanna this is gonna sound a little odd, but she helped us find a chimera. Maybe she can help us find fauna.
we don't have anything of fawns on us.
I have
do
her
we?
horse with all her crap on it.
Well, we have a horse.
Do you have her horse? You have all her bags. You literally
Yeah,
have all
we
of
have nothing of hers.
her.
That was a pretty
Except
expensive spell.
everything.
We could ask for another clairvoyance, but
Maybe she
or
would
whatever
be-
it was.
Maybe she would trade for an egg.
One of the eggs we haven't destroyed yet. I'm keeping mine.
Sure. Just throwing that out there. I feel like chimeras are probably magical in some regards.
Oh,
so-
didn't we destroy the other 3 eggs already? Right after the
You haven't done it yet.
Keep-
No one done it yet.
Yeah,
It's been 3 days. Have we not
this is
destroyed
As
a-
of this conversation, we have not destroyed them yet.
Yeah, this is more of a Fawn said she was gonna stay for a while, so I'm gonna say this is like the next day that you guys are discussing this.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Nina, you said you were going to destroy them at some point, so it's up to you to determine whether or not they're smashed.
Well, I guess I would have definitely destroyed my one. I don't know if they'd done theirs. So.
We don't have like individual eggs. They're all in
Yeah,
one bag.
like
Oh.
as a group, you're keeping one and destroying the others, I believe, is what was decided,
Yeah.
right? So, Nina, if you felt that strongly about it, the 3 are probably gone.
I don't want to metagame this. Can you just do a roll, Travis?
Sure.
No. Did you?
See if I got
it
No,
right.
no. This is an easy
Yeah.
solution. We talked in the evening. We went. I got drunk that night. Did you, in the night or the first thing next morning, destroy the eggs?
Well,
Would you
that's
have
the
done it
thing.
that
I
soon?
could say yes or no, but either one
Just
technically
doesn't
can't
matter,
make
just
mistakes
pick.
we
Did
medicate.
Nina
pick.
do it?
Can I just let luck decide?
No, I
No.
want you to decide.
Yeah,
I want
just
Nina-
it's your character. Decide.
You were adamantly about destroying them as soon as we left
Yeah, I
Liz
probably
Saunce's
destroyed that.
house. I'm just
Okay, so you,
okay.
so you
They probably
you stayed
destroyed that.
sober enough and then got to business when I was passed out
I
drunk.
I'm 17. I don't particularly drink a lot.
Probably not.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
This is medieval times. She could be like 14 and drinking, I'm sure.
That's pretty true. But
Depends
no,
what kind
so
of
I
girl
am.
Nina is.
So I say that's a good idea, Caven. So rolling back into the character, I say, Caven, it's a good idea. We could trade one of the eggs. I'm keeping mine, but do we have? We'll go get one of the other ones. And I look at Nina.
I say, well, they've been destroyed as per what we decided on last night.
Already?
Damn, that was fast.
I mean,
Damn
how
it,
long does
Nina.
it take to go swish, smash?
This is what I'm talking about. You never know when things like this will come in handy.
Wouldn't the same thing, like, wouldn't it just be considered selling the egg? Wouldn't that be bad?
Yes, but wizards and mages and sorcerers, they have all sorts of needs that they might be willing to keep on the hush hush, down low, you know. We don't know. I mean, we could get in trouble. This lady Melodia could threaten to report us, I guess, or she could have been like,
How much money did it cost us last time to divine the Chimera?
it's like 300 gold, something like that, 400. It was expensive.
What?
I don't remember.
Oh, yes.
Way more expensive than the gold we have right now.
Yes, than I have anyway.
Not really,
too rich,
actually.
Too rich for my blood.
Really? God damn, God. Were you guys seriously so poor? I mean, like, always sitting at 4 digits, really?
You have. Oh,
Caven's
Nina, then-
probably got a shit ton of money.
Nina, I suggest since you gave away one of our bartering opportunities that you pay for the spell.
I'll tell you
We'll
what.
take a vote on it, Caven. What do you think?
Oh, no. You don't vote on my money, but I'm willing to make a compromise and a deal here. How long do you reckon we should wait before we start getting really concerned?
We can easily find out if she's alive or dead right now, today.
Okay, tell you what. You still have that to consider. How about we deal with that first? Tomorrow, after you've dealt with this, and I point to the breastplate, we'll go figure out whether or not she's alive.
I mean, we got
That's going
time.
to take you some time to go figure out anyway.
That's pretty good. I mean, we got time to kill here anyways. Might as well not pay money
Yeah.
if she shows up tomorrow. Fine.
That fair enough, Dorian?
Sure. I'm comfortable. It's great to be back in town
Among
among elven kind.
Yeah. Dorian,
Um,
I'm surprised you didn't pick a nicer inn here.
This is the nicest inn in town. This is a little
Oh, is it? I didn't.
I lean in close and I'm like, there's not that many places here. I mean, this is like the backwater of CN.
Oh, okay.
We're
Sorry.
in the middle of the forest, remember? Damn it.
I mean, it's there's no port because there isn't like a natural like bay or anything to get ships into, but there's a lot of fishing. You know, some basic stuff you'd find on a waterfront town. You know, it's an elven village, so it's you know, they don't have a ton of agriculture. It's a little more of a naturalistic lifestyle. But yeah, it's not that big. It's not a big place.
So we keep waiting.
Lysantha's Manor is literally the largest building.
So I say let's keep watch. I'm gonna go catch some sun on the beach and try and pick up elven women. So
I just point to the breastplate. Don't forget to get this checked.
yes, I'll go get a pearl today.
Yeah.
Cool. So awesome, Durian. You head out to a jeweler at some point, buy a pearl. It is lightly snowing out, so your plans at the beach might not work so well.
I want this winter to be over so
You
bad.
can moon
Yeah.
tan. There's 2 moons. You can moon tan.
Let's not belabor it. I barter for a pearl.
You can get one for 100 gold. A pearl is basically a gem, so they're worth kind of a set amount.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get smaller, bigger ones, but you can find 100 gold pearl.
Yeah.
No problem.
Got it. So I grab that pearl and yeah, that's it. And then in the evening I'm going to perform and attempt to pick up women. That's my plan. I'm talking to Caven. I'm like, Caven, here's my schedule for the next couple days. I'm gonna perform, I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna pick up women, if at all possible.
That sounds like the usual.
Without hair.
Without hair.
Yeah, are you bald again?
He has been bald. It's been
Yes, he
slowly
is, actually.
growing
Oh yes,
back.
the fire trap in the wizard tower. You are bald
It
again.
totally made me bald.
You didn't want to wait.
Never-
I
I had
Oh.
long, beautiful red hair,
You guys-
guys.
Oh, by the way, Nina, you're missing a lot of hair too.
I thought I actually
Feels like
dodged
Snape's
that.
Oh, no,
Oh no,
my
you
hair.
no.
Fucking
Did you
ridiculous.
make the save? I think you
Yeah, I
made
made the save again.
Yeah, so you got your hands over your face and
Ooh, am
you've already trimmed off the singed
Yeah.
ends of your hair. You're
Oh,
fine.
by the way, the first night, if we were all injured, I would have, or the first day, the first full day in Sagni, I would have healed.
Yeah,
you.
we went through and kind of speed did that on your
Good.
3-day travel.
Oh.
So yep, you're
The
all
person
at
who
full.
was injured anyway was Caben, and natural healing should have healed him up already.
I
like how this
I
time.
didn't get injured at all, I don't think.
No, you got
3 damage.
Three
Oh,
damage.
3 damage. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so-
you guys
Like-
go about your normal thing, like spending a few days getting your armor repaired, buying some new clothes to replace your scorched and blood-soaked ones.
Also,
The usual thing you do.
I
After
buy nice clothes.
You have nice clothes yet; those weren't ruined.
I buy nice elven cut clothes.
Okay, cool.
Mark
You've
off
got,
how much.
Yeah, you probably get
Merchant class worthy clothing.
merchant class. Okay, cool. So yeah, you buy some clothes, and I will mark that off once I figure out how much they cost.
Yeah.
But yeah, you buy some nice courtier's outfit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, there
exactly
you
what I
go.
would do. That's
This
exactly
outfit
what I buy.
includes fancy tailored clothes in whatever fashion happens to be the current style in the courts of the nobles. Anyone trying to influence nobles or courtiers while wearing street dress will have a hard time of it. If you wear this outfit without jewelry, at least 50 gold worth, you look like an out-of-place commoner.
So I get. Well, I have.
During
I have
gets
some
a pinky ring.
of the jewels that we found. Is there anything that's in?
Oh, it's all in like sword hilts and pieces
Nothing
of
was in
shield.
jewelry. Nothing was in jewelry.
No.
Okay, well, at some point when we
But
move
you
on
guys
to the,
have like random gems and shit on you, so you could like trade in for.
We
some
had those
jewelry.
Cien rings too.
Ah, yes. So I was like, Caven, I forgot all about it, and I put the ring on. I put the CN
Okay.
crested ring on.
You had the larger of the two rings, and it actually fits your hand quite nicely.
Did you guys see the image of what I'm wearing? I put it in.
Mm-hmm.
I Google image search courtier's outfit.
Oh my
and
God, stop,
Got that.
stop.
I'm gonna say you probably don't have the seaman hat, like the
Oh, God.
the
But I
sorry,
totally
Don't
have
call
the
it that,
gold bow.
please.
the sailor's hat. But
The gold
um,
bow. The
Yeah.
gold bow on the shoes.
I feel
totally
like
have
I feel like the elves may have a little more elegant version of that. But yeah, you buy some
Yeah.
nice clothes and you put on the ring and
and at some point, I think I'll try and acquire jewelry.
I
But
think.
yeah, sure. You easily get like a nice what would a man wear?
Yeah.
Probably like a bracelet, like a fine gold one. Probably not a lot of
Some bangles.
jewels, not a lot of gems in it, but I don't know. What would you wear? I'm
this
like-
right here,
a
right
few
here. I'm
rings.
posting it.
Okay.
Rings.
Yeah, rings would probably be the
That was creepy.
Oh my god.
I've got earrings.
is that almost looks like a really bad Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, Mr. Bean.
Anyway, cool. Yeah, you've got some like rings and I don't know, maybe some earrings or something. You can dress up and pass as a very bald noble.
You can buy a gold encrusted flute.
He's already got a very nice sculpted
Yeah, I
bronze.
helped him
Oh,
buy
that's
it a
true.
long
It
time ago.
actually is quite a nice.
So just give me the cost of all those purchases at some point.
Yeah, so we're gonna 80 gold total.
Okay, so I spent 180 today.
Good.
100 for the pearl, 80 for the whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool. And that's what I do for the day, and then I come back and I'm gonna perform in the tavern and pick up women and go to sleep.
Travis,
With the
Why
woman.
don't I give you a roll?
Wait.
Yeah, the tavern's pretty full.
before we do
Sweet.
performance
Oh, go
rolls,
ahead. Sorry.
So I've trained my owl to bombard, but
Yes, you have.
I don't have anything to bombard with.
Yeah.
Is there like typical bombardments you can get? for this?
Yes, probably the best thing to buy would be something like Alchemist's Fire. Flasks of Alchemist's Fire, flasks of acid,
Yes.
flasks of holy water.
Yes.
Oil and shoot flaming arrows.
Can
Can you do that?
Yeah, I mean Alchemist's Fire would kind of do both at one time.
Well, whatever.
But you certainly could get oil if you wanted to try and make an area slippery. I mean, like a flask of oil isn't going to cover a huge area, but
Right.
still.
Yeah. Okay. So if I go to this alchemist's shop, what do we?
Yes. Yeah, so you can get a they have an alchemist. So you can get a flask of acid for 10 gold and alchemist fire for 20 gold.
Can I buy multiple?
Holy water, you can probably get a flask of it at a
Temple.
for 25 gold.
Okay. So for acid and the alchemist's fire, can I buy multiple?
Yeah. Absolutely, why not?
I just wasn't
You
sure.
can buy as much shit as you can carry.
I didn't sure if you're like, oh, they only have one jar of alchemist's fire.
No. Like the alchemist can, like he doesn't keep a lot of that on hand, but he can brew you some over the next
Oh,
however
okay.
many.
Perfect. So it was 20 and 10, you said?
Yeah, and one more thing you might want to buy are thunderstones. You throw them,
For my
and yes, it'll make it evolve into Raichu. You
Yeah.
can also throw them, and it's treated as it makes a deafening bang.
Oh. Like-
And a creature that's deafened takes a -4 penalty on initiative, and has a 20% chance to miscast and lose a spell.
So kind of like a flashbang without the flash? Just a
Yeah,
loud
it's
noise?
basically a flashbang. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thunderstone. All right. I will
And
buy...
those would be 30 gold.
Okay.
So 10, 20, 30.
I will buy... How big are the flasks? How big are we talking?
It's
Little vials?
it's like a pint flask. It's a flask, like a pint
A
flask.
pint flask, okay.
Yeah,
Do I
and
have-
they're clay so that they break when you.
Okay. How much do each one weigh?
A pound. So it's something your owl can carry.
Right, I'm just seeing how much I can carry.
Yeah, you can keep these things on your horse. I guess it depends on how you like plan on deploying Hedwig.
Mhm. Okay, I will buy. I'll buy 2 of each and 3 thunderstones.
Cool.
Are you gonna make her evolve?
Nice. Does that include holy water?
No,
Or just
not
the
holy
acid
water.
and fire?
The acid, 2
Okay.
acid, 2 fire, and 3 thunderstones.
Cool. 2x acid, 2x fire, 2x thunder. Awesome. So that'll total up to 60, 100, 120.
Excellent.
Awesome. You've got them. They are yours, and you are theirs. Wait, 2 or 3 thunderstones? You said
3
3?
thunderstone. Yeah.
3. My apologies. 150, and you own them. Awesome.
Sweet.
Sweet.
That's pretty much all I wanted to do.
Cool. I guess, Nina, any other things you wanted to buy, sell, look into while you're in Sogni?
One thing, I gotta get my character sheet. I don't have anything I want to sell. But I don't think there's anything I want to sell, but I will do a performance.
Okay. Oh, before we go, one more thing you could buy, Kevin, is a smoke stick. When you drop it, it creates a thick, opaque smoke.
What's the, like, how big of a cloud?
Fills a 10-foot cube.
I'll buy 3 of those.
Okay, cool. Those are 20 gold. Awesome. Minus 210 total. Excellent. Okay, performances. So, Nina, are you going to do a duet?
That's up to Durian.
No, well, I say to Nina, I say, let me do a poem to warm up the crowd, and then I'll play the flute. How does that sound?
Okay.
Okay, so
Does he
I
have to touch
take
himself for the thing. Is that actually why?
I take a big swig and I walk up and I'm scanning the room before I perform, and I'm looking for an attractive woman. Are they all elves in the tavern?
There are a decent number of travelers. Seems, some of them are, it's like a lot of fishermen. A few people on smaller boats that can, like, moor just off the shore and don't need, like, a big port or anything.
What's the most attractive woman in the room?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Caven.
On second thought, Nina, I'm not performing tonight.
Yeah,
Good night.
Nina, what's your charisma? It might be
Holy crap! It's actually not that bad.
Okay, the second most attractive woman.
12.
you. There's someone about tied with Nina.
Okay.
You're like, look,
Really quick question, I guess.
my friend or
A
something.
lot of homely ladies.
Really quick question. So, are we in our world? Are we ruling charisma as hotness?
We can.
I don't wanna fucking deal with hotness being a separate stat.
Okay,
yeah,
I was
Roll
like,
a d10.
I was just curious.
Charisma is not necessary. Charisma is both attractiveness and outgoingness. Like for example, Caben might be average attractiveness, but he's maybe quiet and shy,
Right,
and that's why his charisma might be a little lower.
Right,
And
right.
I wrote in my backstory that I'm pretty attractive, but my charisma is such because I have a way with words. Like
Yeah.
And your flute.
I'm likable, and I talk to people and get them to like me, but that doesn't mean I'm necessarily super.
Right.
Yeah,
I was just
Durian's
curious.
Even though I have 17 charisma or whatever.
Yeah.
I was just curious. 'Cause I know
Durian's
we've always
gregarious.
said, like, oh, who's attractive? And we always do charisma. I was just curious how we're ruling that.
Yeah, basically it's charisma.
Okay.
So I walk up to the room and I've got my flute in my hands, and I walk up and if it's not boisterous, I sort of
Yeah, you.
ladies and gentlemen, with your forbearance, I would like to recite a poem that I have written. Which I have
The crowd kind of quiets.
Yeah, a poem that I have written to love and to loss. It's called 1,000 Times My Sweet. And then I lock eyes with the attractive woman, and I say,
Okay.
I have offered you my heart 1,000 times, oh my sweet warrior, only to make peace with your lovely eyes. But it does not please you with your noble mind to stoop so low. And if some other lady has hope of it, she lives in powerless, deceiving hope, and it can never be what it was to me, since I too disdain what does not please you. Now if I banish it, and it does not find in you any aid in its unhappy exile, nor knows how to be alone, nor to go where others call to it, it might stray from its natural course, which would be a grave crime for both of us, and more for you, since it loves you more.
I like that.
Nice.
Petrarch. Actually, Durian wrote it. Durian Burr. 2014.
1241.
1241.
Oh, Travis,
Oratory.
is that how you got the year?
What?
1241, 2014.
No, I literally just made it all up. I didn't.
Okay, I was like,
I didn't
it's pretty
actually
close.
make it an
That's
All right,
anagram.
let's see if my streak continues of terrible rolls.
Oh, God,
Ready?
hot watch.
30.
Oh, shit!
Oh,
Boom!
wow.
That is a great roll. Like you
Should've
put some heart and soul into it. You maybe there's a thought of Amareth. Your eyes get a little
Aw.
misty, and the crowd is
But I
It's
watched
quite-
this woman the whole time.
yeah, the crowd is quite silent. You see her hand go to her mouth, and she's kind of wiping her eyes. A man sitting next to her puts his arm around her as you finish.
Don't care.
Travis,
Don't even
that's
care.
so mean. You
No,
do
no.
I
that.
rolled
Travis
for
best
it.
You rolled
rolls.
for it. It's cool.
I rolled for it.
Douche.
You douche. But that's what I did. Guys, it was a long time coming. Chat.
Yeah.
All the haters go
that
fuck
had to
yourself.
happen. That had to happen, man.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
after the last
it's a beautiful poem, and you definitely have people coming up and asking you about it if it applies to a certain person. You get woof, you get
Really?
a rather homely elven woman come up to you and ask you about it and kind of bats her eyes at you.
Yeah, so if people start flashing gold, I say, no, friends, it is my pleasure to perform this. And when the woman comes up, a rather homely woman.
Well,
you
not
realize
like
I'm wearing the-
she's like an 8 out of 18, I guess.
Yeah, I'd take it. I go and I look at her
Durian's
and
not
She's not
picky.
just
And I
like
speak-
taking her pants off, but
No, I know, but I chat with her and I sort of and I'm looking at the crowd coming around and then I focus on her and I say, can I buy you a drink? And we'll go from there.
Oh, of course. I'd like to hear more of your story.
How old is this woman again?
She's young, just homely.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
The homely ones, they're crazy in bed. Homely elves, that's what you hear.
Audrey's not
Oh
listening
my
to
God.
this.
I like everybody's laughing except Josh, who's just like,
So I'm actually like looking at the gun at the moment.
Josh is
That's
like,
why.
I know you were focusing on something else, but it was just funny.
Yeah.
Like, your default expression right there was like,
So Durian, why don't you give me a diplomacy check?
diplomacy, awesome.
It's charisma.
I would like to argue that I should take you to bed now. How do you feel about this argument?
Yeah, why don't you try to be diplomatic, and we'll get a sense motive out of her.
22.
Oh yeah, she's like, it's such a heartwarming poem. I feel like I need to go comfort you.
I say yes. I desperately need
Yes,
some
yes, you do need to.
And I
You're a man with wounds in your past.
yes. Yes, and I like turn back to the bar quickly and like a shot I had ordered. I just like down the shot, and I gallantly escort her upstairs.
Yeah, in your fine clothing. Excellent.
I completely ignore Nina and don't duet with her.
So Nina, you look around and Durian's gone. You don't know where. You're like focusing on. All right, I'm gonna sing this, and where the hell did Durian go?
Awkward.
I'm actually wondering whether or not you should just put this song on instead of me actually saying the words, because I think I might actually have to sing the entire thing for it to actually have meaning.
What are you gonna sing?
Red Like Roses 2.
Oh, that's such a good song. I don't know if they have that on the jukebox.
I think they do. They might.
Just pretend.
This is so. With the lyrics, I have to admit, I was just so happy.
Yes, I have it.
Thing.
All right, so let me turn this down because it's long.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And
by the way-
I don't think Rooster Teeth's gonna be claiming us. So
Yeah. The single should I be? Yeah, the single's actually gonna take a while as well. Damn it.
You just do a clip
By the
of
way,
it and.
Durian's thing was
No.
about Amrith, right? Still.
yeah.
Hmm?
Ooh, this
Oh.
is actually really.
No idea.
Or I don't know what it was about, but it was yeah. You heard the subject material.
Yeah.
So what do? You just go up and start singing?
Yeah, like in my nice gown that I still have, like go up, and I do the whole curtsy thing.
Mm-hmm.
I am real quick. I am imagining Kelly from Firefly and her big, her big dress, her big floofy dress. Do you guys know what I'm
I've
talking
never
about?
seen Firefly.
What
What?
the fuck, Travis? What the?
I know.
I've never seen
I
any of it
know.
actually.
What?
I haven't seen any of it, so.
What?
Dude, do you know how much stuff I
What?
have to watch? I don't have a time for everything. I haven't even.
All
seen
right.
it.
Firefly is
so-
13 episodes and the best show ever, and I'm wearing a Firefly shirt right now.
We'll
Firefly
discuss
shirt.
on the break.
Oh my
We'll
God.
discuss on the break. But Nina,
haven't watched it
what do you do?
Oh my god.
Audrey
Nina,
hates
what-
me for it.
Yep. So I go up, I do the cutscene, and I say, and I sort of like look for Durian. Do I actually see where he went at this point?
He's
Like,
gone already. Like his negotiations didn't take long.
Okay, because I was gonna say like do like an intro thing like thank you for listening to my friend's lovely poem.
There
In
you
the
go.
same
Ride
manner,
the
this is-
coattails.
Ride the coat.
No. Well, because it is for what it's worth. This is dedicated to our friend who is no longer with us,
Okay.
and I begin to sing that song, Travis.
Okay. We'll get the song in a roll and probably take a break. Is it
Yep.
on?
I hear it.
Yeah,
now.
it's fading up.
Yeah.
I don't have a way to like. Get
Dude, it's
farther
like
into this.
intense.
It is. It's a great song.
Yeah.
So like some electric guitar guy pops up behind you.
It's like Joey just magically comes back on his foot.
If this was a B movie, that's exactly what's happening right now. Like the curtain falls and there's like a band like rocking out.
Can we just pretend that's what's happening?
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
this is a game of pretend.
It drops and there's a drum set and some violins, which you can kind of get to do electric guitar type sounds.
I keep forgetting there's like a.
Oh my god, the intro's so goddamn long.
Yeah.
What's this song called?
Red Like
Red Like
Roses
Roses
Part
2.
2.
I like this. I would listen to this. I need to watch that
it's
show eventually.
like the lyrics.
You gotta watch the series. Man.
Lyrics
It's
I know.
great.
What's the series?
RWBY or
Yeah,
Oh,
Ruby,
you call it that?
RWBY,
Oh.
by Rooster Teeth. Oh my god, the fucking intro is so long, I forgot this.
We don't have to play the whole thing.
Wait, you sure
I know,
you
but I
have to-
can't skip to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the words. Oh.
Yeah, the lyrics are really good. Especially if this is the...
Wow.
You're gonna sing this, Josh? Are you gonna do it like on the beat?
Yes.
I would have had to try.
All right.
Oh my god, okay, this is like an hour-long extended version. Okay, so we can't do
Okay,
that.
that's bad.
Okay, we can pretend. You sang.
But you know what the music.
Josh, I can
is
get you the
like.
lyrics, buddy.
I got the lyrics right up, but I was hoping that
Go.
I would butcher
Go.
it. Oh well.
Go. Get...
All right, this is gonna suck because I'm gonna butcher this so bad. But
Tell you what, I'll sing the second singer's part.
Oh boy.
I got you, buddy.
Yes. Oh god. Do I need to
Alright, well,
mute everything?
it's No. I couldn't take it, couldn't stand it for another minute, couldn't bear it for another day without you in it. Oh god, like I said, I'm gonna butcher this so bad 'cause it's actually very
Just keep
fast.
going.
Keep going.
Keep
Keep
going.
singing.
Very
All the
fast.
joys I hadn't known in my life was stripped away from the minute that you died. To have you in my life, that's all I ever wanted. And now without you, I'm so ever haunted. Can't help but feel that you're taking for granted. No way in hell could I ever comprehend this. I wasn't dreaming when they told me that you were gone. I was wide awake and feeling when they had to be wrong. Oh goddamn, Han. Where is it? Up here. How could you leave me when you swore that you would stay? Now I'm trapped inside a nightmare every single day. Cause I'm gonna swear. It's like, oh god, it's like a dream, but there's no happy ending. Every scene fades black, like there's no pretending. It's a little fairy tale that doesn't seem to end well. There's no knight in shining armor who will wake me from the spell. Where does the actually other bit happen, by the way, Travis?
Where does the what?
The secondary voice.
You got 2 more paragraphs, buddy.
Alright,
Holy
I know
shit.
you didn't plan this. You tried to
That's
do what's
cool.
right, but in the middle of the madness, I'm the one who left to win this fight. Red like roses fills my head with dreams and finds me closer, always closer, to the emptiness and sadness. It's what has come to take me to place for you. Or of you, sorry.
I know
God,
you're
hate
broken
this
down by
song.
anger and by sadness. You feel I left you in a world that's full of madness. I wish I could talk to you if only for a minute. Make you understand the reasons why I did it.
Always closer.
I want to tell you that you're all that ever mattered. Want you to know that for eternity I'm shattered. I tried so hard just to protect you, but I failed to. And in a prison of abandonment, I've jailed you. Fuck, I lost my place.
Yeah, I don't think we can sing the whole thing somehow. It's gonna be way too long.
I never planned that I would leave you there alone. I was sure that I would see you when I made it back home. And oh fuck, I can't fucking sing this.
Yeah,
so
I know,
damn
No,
good.
it's,
yeah,
it's
it's
like
way too-
I can't believe you chose like I want to sing this, and then I like listen to the song. I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
you gotta have a pretty impeccable.
Yeah, okay, this is like
Yeah.
10 more paragraphs. I forgot how long it was.
Yeah,
Never
the
mind.
person who
You
sings is
sing,
really
you
more
sing,
above
and
me.
our
And you
singing
roll.
voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's crazy young, the singer that does all the
I can't
songs.
believe Casey Williams is ridiculous.
Anyways, roll, and we'll assume no negative penalties for us attempting to sing it.
Oh!
Ooh. Crit.
Bam. Bam.
Do I get
Okay.
a crit?
You like the subject matter resonates, and people just start cheering because you
Tell me they're
actually sing it
headbanging.
like Casey Lee Williams.
A mosh
They're like
pit.
It's not
headbangers.
really. It's not a headbangy song.
Sure it is. I would have.
Julian, this should have been a duet, man. Look at the numbers.
Does a mosh
Cool.
pit form in front of the band, Travis?
Oh, wow.
You've got the emo kids doing their weird stomp dance things.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's
Fashion
totally from
publication.
Sky. You gotta get a little
You
Ska
do great.
dance.
So you
You would-
Skanking? Isn't
you
that called
end up
skanking or
earning
ska?
Of course.
8
Before your
gold.
time, Kevin. Before your time.
8 gold.
8
Whoa,
gold for
I
that.
enjoy ska.
Yeah, but it's like
Alright.
it's like listening to oldies for you.
And that was a major fail on our part, Josh. But we'll practice. And no, we won't.
So we just
we
need
won't.
we just need to find the right one in the jukebox. I swear that
we
was
need
just,
the beat. Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
a really fast-paced song.
I've like tried to sing it. Like if I'm listening to the music and have the words in front of me, I can usually do it. But it's like shower singing. It always sounds good when
Yeah.
there's no one there. Anyway, you people are very interested in you and your song, and you got a couple of guys buying you drinks. You can choose to brush them off pretty easily if you so wish.
Let's face this. Is there anyone? Okay, because you said there was like someone my level for females. Is there one better than that for guys for my character?
Fuck, there's like tons of hot guys in the room.
Ugly fisherman. Ooh, ugly fisherman.
One-armed fisherman. Ooh, one-legged fisherman.
There's-
Hey,
But he's handsome.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of moderately attractive guys. No one like earth-shattering.
I politely brushed them off, as it were.
Okay, you pull
He
it.
is like, it's got to be a 10 out of 10.
18 out of 18, baby. All right, cool. So you, I mean, people pay you some money for the performance, buy you drinks, that kind of thing. Awesome. Cabin, you heard all this, like a beautiful, heart-rending
Yeah,
poem
he's
and
clapping,
an
he's
impressive,
into
like,
Gabe's
Yeah,
like,
and then-
yeah, I give a
and
little
then-
clap.
No, I mean,
impressive
he's-
song that sounds like it's basically that it's about Amareth. Could
What
be
do
about
you
Amroth.
do? What do you
It
do?
was about Amroth, actually.
Yeah. What do you do, Caven?
Caven sheds a tear.
Caven sheds a single tear and goes to bed.
A single
What?
man's tear. Do you do anything of note, or is it like normal Caven day?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's normal because this doesn't. I mean, 2 really good performances don't usually happen with these guys. So.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it
they
has
don't.
happened once, actually.
I mean, he's in with the crowd.
He's
He's I mean, crowd's talking. He's talking about like he's part of the group. So if people are talking,
Oh,
about
you try and latch on
he's,
to the
he's not
fame?
trying to latch on, but if like people are talking to him about, what do you think about it? He's there too.
Alright.
He's I mean he's the crowd. He's in with the crowd. They're excited about the performance. He's there too. He's not sitting in the back like his head.
Okay, cool. So you're just talking to people in general. Awesome. All right. And why don't we make that the first breaking point of the day? Because I need a beer, especially after killing my voice attempting to sing.
That might have been one of my favorite rolls of all time. Like I've rolled well. That might have
That
been
was
the
a
best.
pretty
no
fantastic
joke.
fucking roll.
I
Yeah.
have to ask the question: did the numbers better than the one at Arthur's house, or?
Yes, because
Yes.
I don't think he
I
had
was
as
much
many points
higher.
to perform.
Yeah, no, I was only one rank in perform at that point, or 2 maybe, but
You were
Jeez,
like
the
level
record.
4 at that point.
I didn't put like ranks in every single time, so I only had enough to get the bardic performance abilities.
Yeah. It's definitely your highest perform roll. So Cool.
I'll be back.
Someone's house is on fire.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll call it a break.
And why don't we go to break? I'll need 1 GM rolled Constitution check from Durian. And we'll be back.
All right.
We'll find out if Josh's house is burned down or not. So, stick with us, guys. See you soon.
Bunch of snakes came in and destroyed it or something.